condition caused by someone else's fault? Call Bates and Sloan right now and let us fight for you. The first consultation is free, and the attorney you see that first day will be the same attorney you see from the beginning of your case to the end. That's our promise to you at Bates and Sloan.
TVS Cable has everything you need to stay entertained. Video services with all your favorite channels and local sports on Hometown 24. Ask about digital voice service for home and business. High-speed internet so you never fall behind in a game. There's something for all ages. We've got you covered. Sit back and enjoy everything TVS has to offer. Stay connected with TVS.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
My name is Emily, and I'm from Laurel County. When I was searching for a college, I wanted to find a place that felt like home and where I could make a difference. The moment I stepped on Alice Lloyd's campus, I knew this was where I belonged. There's a sense of community here and a focus on serving others that you can't find at other colleges. For me, it wasn't just about continuing education. It was about being a part of something bigger. Apply now to find your home at alc.edu.
This is the fourth app. I don't remember any of these passwords.
With so many subscriptions, it can be impossible to keep up.
Who said that?
Don't worry about who I am. Worry about all the money you're losing paying for all these subscriptions.
I have to use like 13 to watch all the shows I want to watch.
Then sign up for TVS. With TVS, you have all your favorite shows with just one bill. So stop throwing away money and throw away those subscriptions.
Magellan, what should we do with all this money we save by switching to TVS?
A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Good afternoon and welcome to Knott County Central High School, as Hometown 24 will bring you the High School Volleyball Media Day presented by Papa John's Pizza. And I'm Manus Blair, and I'm joined by Betty Vaughn Cottle, former Letcher High School and Letcher County Central volleyball coach. And Betty Vaughn, the season is upon us. Recognition is here for these girls that we will see today, and we'll talk a little bit about volleyball. So coming in as a coach, what do you feel today, or what do you feel normally in the past?
Well, I'm very excited. I love volleyball, you know that. Of course, I'm a big sports advocate, but I love volleyball. I've been in it for 33 years now. I spent my time at the helm of Letcher County Central and, like you said, Letcher High School volleyball. I just think it's a great sport for these young ladies to get into. I don't know, I just love the atmosphere. There's such team building, social skills. Right. There's so much you can bring into volleyball. And I don't think people understand that volleyball is more than just bumping the ball back and forth across the net. There's a lot of defense and offense that you run. And I've been so proud of, since I've been out of the sport of volleyball, how much volleyball in the 14th region has grown. And just, you know, used to, in years past, you had 2 or 3, 4 teams that you knew one of those teams was going to win the region. Now you have 6, 8, 10 teams that could very well win the region. So it's getting to be more of a team sport, and there's a lot more emphasis put into volleyball now. And you know, the recognition that Hometown 24 and other streaming groups give to volleyball, and it's a very fast-paced game, and even if you cannot be at the front of a TV screen or a computer or whatever watching a game, it's very important for these girls to have people in the stands cheering them on. And you know,
volleyball myself is one of my favorite, as you well know, is one of my favorite sports, and it may be my favorite sport to call on TV. But today, as we go through these teams and everything, we're going to ask some questions. And most of those questions, some of them will be lighthearted, some of them will be a little bit serious, and hopefully we won't have any problems in getting some of the girls to talk to us, Betty Vaughn. And
Exactly.
I've never had that problem in my classroom for any of the girls or anybody to talk to me, so we'll see how it goes. But, you know, first of all, we're going to have Breathitt County Lady Cats will be here with Coach Spencer and some of her girls, and she'll introduce them, or they'll introduce themselves. And as the day goes along, some other schools are going to be here. Knott County Central, Hazard, Buckhorn, Purry Central, Letcher County Central. Thank you, Betty Vaughn. I'm a little bit slow. It's still summertime. But anyway, enjoy the day. Take in these girls, and if you can't get to all of it, it will be on YouTube and Facebook as well if you're not on the live stream today. So take it in and enjoy the day today as we talk to all the teams of the 14th region. And like I said, the first team that will be up today will be the Breathitt County Lady Cats, and Coach Spencer is a first-year coach, and she's going to give her statement, and after her statement, then we're going to talk to the Lady Cats here. So, Coach Spencer.
Well, I want to, before we get started, I want to encourage everybody out there that if you can't make it to a game, we encourage you to watch it, because you can tell a lot about the game of volleyball.
It's better watching it live. I agree.
But it's much better to be here in person.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And Coach Spencer.
I just want to say thank you all for hosting this event. I think it's great for all the girls in the 14th region to be able to talk about their passion, if this is their passion. So I'm Deborah Spencer, first year coach at Breathitt. I've brought my assistant coaches and 3 of my seniors that are returning starters. So girls, if you all want to introduce yourself.
You got it. My name is Chloe Hayes, and I am a senior, and my primary position would be right side.
My name is Brielle Halsey. I'm also a returning senior, and I'm outside.
I'm Audrey Hamilton. I'm also a returning senior, and I'm a setter.
And my name is Brooke Brewer, and this is my second year as assistant coach with Breathitt Volleyball.
Okay. Coach, I know that everybody's successful year is to win the district and the region. Well, every team can't do that. So just thinking as a whole, to have a successful year for your team, the Lady Bobcats, what is that? Not entailing the region, the district, and the region.
I think for us, with me being a new coach and then the girls, you know, getting used to me as a coach, really a successful season to me would just be knowing that they're becoming better people, better grown-ups, finding a love for the game, being able to communicate effectively, you know, participate in stuff and have fun while they do it. The winning, obviously, is an added bonus, I think. Exactly. And I know a lot of coaches are probably like, oh, wow, well, you probably don't want to win, or you sound like you don't want to win. But I do want to win. But these girls have to come together and play together as a team and learn to love each other on the court.
That's exactly right. I said I've coached for 30 years, and my first statement was always, we're a team on the floor and off the floor. And those are the teams that will win volleyball games. It's not really what's so-called your great athletes. It's those teams, you're exactly right, that will work together and play as one unit. When you're up, when you're down, positives and negatives, you'll see that throughout the season. Girls, you have anything you want to add to that? Each one of you, to be successful this year, what do you expect from yourself, your teammates?
I agree, just teamwork in general, and you can't play with just one person. It has to be everyone comes together as a team. And like good attitudes, good work ethic. It's not just about the skill.
With our new coach, we're really looking forward to having that full team aspect, all the girls looking for each other and holding each other accountable and being respectful young ladies.
I think it's how we bounce back from adversity. Like every team's going to face it, and how we deal with it will help us out a lot.
That's something as a coaching staff that Ms. Spencer and I have discussed, as far as making sure the girls are their best selves on the court, but also off the court. So we've looked at their academics, we've looked at community service and how we can be involved and just different things like that, making sure they are supported on the court, but also that they're supported in being just great individuals once they step off that court as well.
And you know, I noticed that you guys are in the Bluegrass State Games coming up. what do you want to take from that? And I know it's still early yet, and you're just now getting into the rudiments of team play and where you're positioning, even though you've got a lot of returning players coming back. What do you foresee coming out of the Bluegrass State games?
I think that it's going to help not just the aspect of seeing the girls play in an environment to where it's teams that they wouldn't typically get to play, but it's also an opportunity for me to be able to like talk to other coaches and learn things that I wouldn't typically learn from people inside of our region. We talked about it on the way down here about how excited we were, but nervous, because we don't really know what to expect with who we're playing. And the bad thing about doing a tournament like this early in the season is you can't really do like a full look at the teams you're going to be playing because you don't know what they have returning, what they lost. You can see what they've lost, but I think we're going to be able to learn a lot. My goal is to just go down there and play as a team, have fun, let them enjoy something that they wouldn't typically get to enjoy.
Another good thing about these tournaments as well is the trust the girls get to build in each other, because not only are we traveling, we're facing new teams, and this is just a new environment for a lot of our girls. So just building that trust within themselves, within their team, is going to be something that's going to be really helpful for us later on in the season.
Yeah, and it helps us get like an in-game experience too before the actual season starts, and we actually have to start like being serious and like stuff like that.
And girls, if you get nothing else out of this, you need to respect your coaches.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
There's going to be games that you're going to, you may not play as much, or you may not play where you think you should be playing, but you've got to remember these two coaches are there for a reason. So please, if nothing else, respect those coaches.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You do that, I'm telling you, people in the stands will see that a lot better than, oh, this girl, they killed that shot. That's great, but your attitude goes much farther. Trust me. I've been there for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is, with streaming now, you probably won't play very many games this year that will not be live streamed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also is in the recruiting aspect and those other kinds of things that are taken in consideration too. But Betty Vaughn, you got something else?
Well, I just want, I know that you're a new coach. You said you've been here for a couple of years. I see that volleyball has changed in the last 4 or 5 years. What do you contribute to that? I mean, I have seen it. It's like it has jumped leaps and bounds.
Absolutely.
Volleyball has. What do you contribute to that? What's made the change?
I would say just on my end of it, because I graduated in 2018, but I did play volleyball, and just in that amount of time, there has been so much change. And I think a lot of that has to do with the media presence. There's much more media on college volleyball, high school volleyball, just all of it, and people just really understanding the game and how fast-paced, how extreme the game can be compared to what it was before. And so just people being able to see that and seeing what volleyball can be, and just the growing interest due to the social media presence.
Exactly right. That was a great answer.
I'd say in addition to that, there's also a lot of more opportunities out here in the region where we've got different club teams and travel teams. A lot of more people are getting more interested into it.
That is true, yes.
Yes.
And Bavon, I got a question for the 3 girls.
Okay.
So I kind of prefaced this when we were talking earlier, but in 2019 was the last time that Breathitt County won the region. What can you 3 girls do in order to get to that level where you end up hoisting that regional banner?
What we can do is push our team to try their hardest, and as well as ourselves, and show great leadership, because you always lead by example. You show great leadership and just bring the team together with not only abilities, like I said before, just teamwork in general.
As the upperclassmen, we have that leadership role, and we have to make sure that we keep our heads up. We cannot get down on ourselves, and we have to hold accountability for the young girls, but still remember that they have the nerves. They don't have all the experience that we have, and we have to keep them happy and their heads up and them wanting to play the game and not just being here to be here.
Exactly.
To me, team chemistry is so important, and learning to trust each other and lean on each other, back each other up. You guys touched on everything else.
Yeah.
But you're right, and you've got to remember that you once was a freshman or an 8th grader stepping into that role, and I like it when these coaches are not afraid to pull that 8th grader or that freshman out and put them on the floor because they're good enough to play. And you're exactly right. You got to. I always said if I had 50 players, number 1 to number 50 were all exactly the same.
I agree.
So yes, and you'll be able to see that start winning out throughout the season. You know, you may play a team and get beat 10, but as the season goes and you guys grow as a team, you'll see that begin to shift, and you'll see your younger players, they'll start stepping up. But positive leaders will bring that positive impact from your younger players.
Yes, and that's something I want to speak about these girls. I've had the chance of knowing them for pretty much all their lives, and just watching them grow, not just on the volleyball court, but just as these respectful young women. They truly have grown into amazing leaders, and I'm really, really excited to see what they're going to do with their senior season.
Great. Coach?
I mean, they pretty much touched on everything. I will say one thing that we've started doing this year, and I don't know if any other teams do it or if they, you know, tell their secrets or whatever, but we've started like a big little. So we put our upperclassmen with younger classmen, and then that way they can kind of be their positive person. Like they can learn to just get along with that one person and know their negatives and their downfalls. That way they can kind of keep each other up and build that camaraderie that they should have on and off the court. So I'm hoping that'll help a little bit. They've been really positive with it. The younger girls love it because they all look up to the older girls.
Exactly.
So it seems to, so far it has worked, but now we haven't played any games yet. So, but we're hoping that this works to our advantage.
And it's a lot different now. You're exactly right. The season has not started, so there's no pressure yet. Girls, you've got to remember when the season starts and that pressure comes on and the games are coming on and wins or losses, you still got to remember you've got to keep that respect. You got to keep that team building. You know, I was very fortunate. I always had sensational players, not athletic-wise, but just that bought into the program, that understood we're going to respect each other. We're a team. We're a family. Yeah. And you're exactly right. My assistant coaches and I always had little things that we done throughout the season just to keep them together. And you know, toward the end of the season, you can feel the tension coming on. The district's getting ready to start. Then you've got the region, and we would come in and just have like a fun day, and we would play. I mean, we would play leapfrog or frozen.
Childish things.
Yeah, just had nothing to do with volleyball. You know, just to get that pressure off, to get us back as a team that we can trust each other. So I think you've got it going in the right direction.
I really think that it really sounds like you're going in the right direction, like Beth says, and good luck to you all.
Thank you very much.
Anything y'all would like to add that we've not touched upon, girls? This is your opportunity right here. But, you know, we'll be doing a few of their games, and we look forward to it. And if we're not doing them, I'll be watching them on some other platform probably. And thank you all for coming in.
Thank
Coach
you.
Spencer, good luck to you on your first year, coaches. And,
thank you very much for having us today.
And with that, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, I think it will be Letcher County Central Lady Cougars will be up next. So stay with us here on Hometown 24.
A lot has changed in 100 years. We've gone from the Model T to the electric car, from silent film to home theaters, and from the telegram to the iPhone. And through it all, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard has been there for local people. From paper checks to debit cards, from wire transfers to online banking, People's Bank has maintained a tradition of service while embracing the future for your financial needs. Celebrating a century of service to the mountains. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC. Come right to the source and get the region's best basketball coverage. HT24 puts you right in the middle of the action, and it's free to watch on Facebook. Watch the state's most exciting basketball right here with HT24.
For over 25 years, we fought for Kentuckians injured through no fault of their own. During that time, we've traveled all across the country to take that fight to some of the biggest insurance carriers and corporations in the world. That kind of dedication is what's needed to get every dollar you deserve. If you've been injured in a motor vehicle collision caused by someone else's fault, call Bates & Sloan right now and let us fight for you. The first consultation is free, and the attorney you see that first day will be the same attorney you see from the beginning of your case to the end. That's our promise to you at Bates & Sloan.
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance helps protect more than 474,000 Kentucky families and businesses. Many of our members have been with us for years, even decades. Perhaps it's because of the competitive rates or our unmatched service. Or maybe the biggest reason is they know they can count on Kentucky's insurance company to be there when it matters. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
We have determined that you have early onset Alzheimer's disease.
Why me? How could I have prevented this?
Research shows that reducing stress levels, not partaking in substance abuse, and being aware of safety measures are a few ways to prevent it.
So how quickly can this progress?
There's no definitive timeline. Everyone is different.
For over 100 years, the Bank of Hyman has been committed to serving our community and serving the future of our families, homes, and businesses. With our new convenient online banking, viewing your account balance and history, transferring money, and paying bills has never been easier or more secure. And with the construction of our new headquarters, we've renewed our promise to Hyman to stand by our customers even in troubling economic times, because we're not just your bank, we're your neighbors. That's the Bank of Hyman. Log on to www.bankofhyman.com or give us a call at 606-785-3158.
TVS has made a commitment to bringing you the best channel lineups and most diverse video packages available. We are proud to introduce Broadband TV, our newest and most affordable video package yet. 48 of the most watched channels we offer, some new channels only available with this package, and over 300 of the best free ad-supported channels available, all for only $29.95.
My name is Colby, and I'm from Leslie County, Kentucky. I chose Alice Lloyd College because of the Appalachian Leader Scholarship, which covers my tuition. Attending Alice Lloyd College without worrying about the cost is priceless. Also, through the Student Work Program, ALC is helping me grow as a person. Here, I'm building character and leadership skills that will help me impact the future of the Appalachian region. Come visit us or learn more at alc.edu.
Tucked deep within the rolling hills and ancient ridgelines of the Appalachian Mountains, Eastern Kentucky is a place where heritage runs deep and community runs deeper. Known for its coal mining legacy, bluegrass traditions, and fiercely proud people, this region tells a story of resilience, creativity, and quiet beauty. I'm going to take you along with me as I visit some different counties of Eastern Kentucky and explore what all this amazing region has to offer. Hi, I'm Rebecca McCauley, and this is Bluegrass and Backroads.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head to head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Welcome back to the campus of Knox County Central on 14th Region Volleyball Media Day. And Betty Vaughn and I have up next is the Letcher County Central Lady Cougars and Coach Taylor Van Hoos. And with that being said, guys and gals.
Hi, my name is Taylor Van Hoos. This is my 5th year coaching, my 2nd year at Letcher Central. And I'm here with
Calissa, Kelsey,
Hannah,
and Katie.
I take it you guys are all seniors?
No, I'm a junior. We're 3 juniors, and then Katie's a senior.
Okay, great. Taylor, I know that you've been in the situations. I understand that every coach's successful years to win the district, win the region. You know, that's what everybody's playing for. We know that everybody can't do that. So taking the district and the region out of that, just as your team, as a year, volleyball year, what's a successful year for you in volleyball?
Honestly, taking away even the loss with district, the loss of not even getting to the region championship, I look at last year as being successful because there was so much growth in every single player that we had. And, you know, we've talked personally and stuff. And imagine if I would have taken over right after you left, you know, that culture with Ledger Central. There was so much growth within each player, establishing the culture at Ledger Central. Like, that's one thing that I really do think that we've gotten back in such a short amount of time. Going into my second year here, the culture's there. Not right where I want it yet, but it's there, and I've got that foundation and the building blocks there. Like these girls, they're those building blocks, and I tell them that all the time. I think that is success to me. I've got kids that come in every single day and are ready and willing to work, willing to get better, wanting to get better, that will go to the rec center before practice sometimes to get better, and I just think that that's success to me.
And that kind of goes along with a question that I had written down. And, you know, from the first to the second year, what kind of adjustments have you made or in watching film and reflecting, because all coaches reflect on the previous year? What kind of adjustments, and girls, you all can chime in too, what kind of adjustments or different things will you bring from the first year to the second year?
For preseason and stuff, like last week, we, well, I guess it was this week, it's been a long week or something, but we've really been focusing on the mental health side of being an athlete. And, you know, I've compiled a bunch of different things, like videos I'd watched of other coaches, being able to kind of bounce back from your mistakes and tools that we can use to do that, because, you know, I do have a little bit of a young team, but, you know, these athletes, they struggle with overcoming mistakes and being able to bounce back and stuff. And so we've really just been working on that and being able to find leadership and build trust and communication and just build that bond of togetherness.
Taylor, what do you see? I said volleyball has grown so much since I came out of the sport, just watching it. What do you see in the past 4 or 5 years? What's made the biggest impact on volleyball for the positive growth that we're getting now?
I think that definitely club and travel has made an impact around here locally. You know, and we've got 3 girls right here. Katie doesn't, because she's a major softball stud, and so she can't do both. But, you know, these 3, Calissa, Hannah, and Kelsey, both spend their off-season playing club, and I've got several others that's not here that are underclassmen that do that as well. And, you know, that not only is a big chunk of money, but that's a big chunk of their time from, you know, December all the way up until, you know, April. And then April comes around and then it's open gyms again for this season. And so, you know, it's volleyball all year round for these kids, and they're willing to invest in that, not only their time, but their parents with their money. And so I think that that's something that's changed just within the past 4 or 5 years that I've been doing this, and especially around here, like in Ledger Central, there's kids that do this and want to do this.
Yeah, you're right, because 15 years ago, club around here was me having open gym on Sundays.
Yeah.
You know, and people just coming in from different schools playing. I do agree that the club, and I do understand that it's expensive, and a lot of kids can't do that, but you're right, they can go to the rec center. They can come to open gyms and different things to stay in shape, to make themselves better individually.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. And girls, just like I said to the other team, if nothing else, if you get nothing else out of this, it should be respect. Respect for your coaches, respect for other teams, respect for your teammates, your parents. You know, you have people that come in here to watch you guys play these games. That's respect, because they could be doing something else. You know, and I promise you, I mean, I have seen Calissa and Hannah. I watch y'all. You can kill a volleyball, But if you have a bad attitude, I promise you that people in the stands will lock you out real fast.
And not only that, media has become such a thing now that you can't hide. You can't hide from anything. And, you know, whether it be Hometown 24 or some other streaming group, they see. Which leads into my question on, you know, Amelia was your main setter last year. Who are you counting on to bring it up a notch to become that setter that Amelia was?
Kelsey.
So Kelsey, how do you feel those shoes?
She really changed this region. She was one of the best players. I looked up to her. And last year, I really soaked it in because playing only JV last year, but I sat up on varsity. I studied her and studied how she played and studied how she moved. And so this year when I came, I really wanted to take that up a notch. And so I message the girls and I have them go to the rec center with me, and we work on new things all the time. And I'm always looking to get faster, get better, get quicker, and all those things to improve them not only, but improve myself.
I agree with that. You know, I said a lot of people will sit and watch the game of volleyball, and they'll sit and, oh, that was a great kill. But they never look to the backside to see, you know, yes, I'm going to use Kalissa. She killed that ball. That's great. But does anybody look back to see where the first pass came from? The setter, you have to get a set, you know. The big hitter, and I'm not taking anything away from the hitters because, you know, everybody deserves that. But, you know, in volleyball, in basketball, I can pass the ball to Minus and he can shoot it. It's just me and him. In volleyball, there has to be different people involved. You've got to get a pass, you've got to get that set, and then you've got to get that kill. And you're right. I always said that everybody in the gym would run 5 miles, but my setter would run 10. Because, you know, that setter, and I'm sure Taylor's been in volleyball, there's a lot of pressure put on different people on the floor. And it's not pressure to make you nervous. You just know what your job is. And Taylor, you may want to chime in there, but I always, you know, when I told my libero, if you go in the game and you make a mistake, you're out. Because your job, you're the libero, you're my defensive specialist. You can't go in there and flag a ball because you're not doing your job. My setter, you've got to get sets to everybody. They're not always going to be perfect, but that set's got to be there so my hitters can do their job. So, and you've got to have that team. You've got to be a team. I just told the other team, you know, sometimes your best athletic team doesn't win because they don't have that team togetherness. My teams were always taught we're a team on the floor, we're a team off the floor. You know, you don't have to be best friends, but you've got to be there. You're a team. You're a family. And that's exactly the way my kids played. They wasn't worried about who got these kills and who done that. They were worried about wins, but they were also worried about their team as a whole. We could take a loss and learn a whole lot more out of that than this big, great win that we just pulled off. So I'm telling you, if nothing else, you've got social skills and respect.
And as we got to get to the last 2 minutes of this, and that, by the way, that was a really good answer.
Well, see, like last year, we couldn't find the leadership. We didn't have no one stepping into those leadership roles. And with my position comes, I have to take that charge, and I have to, you know, tell other people, hey, you're not doing so hot right now. Get out of your head, or come on, swing at that ball. We got to get kills here. And if I have to step up and do that leadership role because we have to have it. That's how you create that bond and you create that team atmosphere. And that's why when we go to the rec, we work on things. They tell me what I need to fix for them, and I tell them what might work better for them and things like that. You just have to be able to communicate to each other on and off the court to make that team.
You know, I like Taylor's little line the other day on Facebook. She was bringing in there. She's always talking about volleyball or something. And she said she wanted to get Letcher County Central back to where it was. And I think you're on the right road, Taylor. I totally agree that last year's volleyball team at Letcher County Central, there was so much growth in every area. not just on the floor, but off the floor. And that totally comes from you and these girls buying your program.
Yeah.
I always said, you know, you can sell anything you want to, but until the kids buy it, it's not worth anything. And I think your kids has bought your program. Girls, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell the whole Hometown 24 area, when I go to a game, the first thing I look at is the respect between the coaches and the players. You know, that's a two-way street. You know, and I know Taylor understands that. Taylor can't come in there and be arrogant, rude, disrespectful to you guys and expect you to respect her. But that's the first thing, me as a former coach, that's the first thing I look for is just to respect, you know, not, it's all about me. Sports is not all about me, it's all about us. So as long as you keep that in your game, you have to grow.
Girls, anything? Katie, you haven't said anything.
I'm just excited for the season.
Hannah?
Yeah, I'm excited for the season. I think we definitely need to work on the leadership, but with Kels, I think we got it.
Yeah, I'm just really excited too. We've been working on a lot of things on and off the court, and we're doing team bonding, and we're getting closer, and I feel like that's going to help us during the season too.
Good. Coach, any last remarks before we close out?
I definitely am excited for this season. I think that we've got all the components to make a run, and you know, the success from last year, the growth on and off, I think has definitely came into this coming season. We've got 17 kids, which isn't a whole lot, definitely not compared to how many kids Betty Vaughn would keep. But you know, 17 kids, that's definitely not a lot, but I've got 17 kids that love each other and love the game of volleyball and are willing every single day to come in and get better. And I'm really excited for the season, and I'm really excited for everybody to see how hard that we've worked.
One more question, Taylor. If you just thinking of the preseason last year, what's your top 2, 3, 4 teams that you can foresee in the region this year?
Top 4?
Yeah, top 4.
Us. Wolf, Breathitt, not. And I'm going to also say Jenkins too. I think that Kayla has done wonderful at Jenkins, and I've always said that Jenkins could be such a great program if they had a coach that would stay around and actually be there. I've always said that because they've always had like 1 or 2 good players.
Exactly.
And Kayla's done phenomenal.
And you're right. I said earlier, used to there was 2, 3, 4 teams in the region that after you played a couple games, those were your top teams. Now in the region, you pretty much on a given night, anybody can be beat by anybody. And it makes it much better for the people in the stands. When I was coaching, I just wanted to win. You know, I was one of those, so I wanted to be the best. But for the people that's watching and you know, in the stands and on TV, it does make it much more interesting to know that anybody can win on any given night. And it makes everybody has to play hard every night. You can't come in with a, you know, let your central playing somebody, you know, when you come in, you've got to be ready to play.
Yeah.
And like I said, girls, you can take a loss and learn a whole lot from a loss. So, you know, you're going to lose games. That's what it's supposed to do. If you win every game, great. But if you lose a game, it's not like, oh, you know, that's not the end of the world. That's not the end of the season. You take that loss, and you have to learn something from that to be better.
And that's where leadership comes.
Yep.
Thank you for coming. Thank you, girls, for coming. We got to wrap up, and that's Letcher County Central and Coach Van Hoos. And when we come back, we'll have another team come in. So stay with us here on Hometown 24 High School.